So other random things that'll happen to me that let me know that I am getting some type of connection. People say that I might be a medium. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I haven't really worked towards that. I'm not sure if I'm necessarily comfortable with that. Because I personally have not experienced um so much loss in my life. I have lost people in my life, but it was people that were like I had grandparents that I wasn't always close to. But I'll have these little things like I tasted what are those corn nuts, and there's a specific flavor, like maybe it's like chili cheese flavor. And I tasted that, and then I felt right here down my arm, like a down my arm, and then it'll just, and then that'll happen with like sometimes I'll taste or I'll smell cigarette smoke, if I because I know somebody who smoked, or I will feel something on my right arm, or I will taste certain foods, candies, or whatever. And whenever they say, oh, if you smell burnt toast, then you gotta be worried. And so, I'm more of a hypochondriac. And so for a while, that's what it was. Is I was a hypochondriac. I was sick. I was worried. I was always like, I was throwing up all the time. I still throw up sometimes. I still get sick because sometimes there's just energy changes, and I get a little motion sick from that. I get car sick. Um, that's why I drive. But and I used to watch a long, long time ago, Long Island, or like a long time ago is when I first started watching Long Island Medium. And there was a time where she was saying, explaining like how she felt, like that was a clip, and I watch clips on YouTube, essentially of Long Island Medium, and one of the clips was her talking about like how it felt before she knew what her gift was. And I don't care whether or not I don't know nothing about nobody. I think that everybody fully has the capabilities to be psychic. I think that some people are naturally closer to that ability, whether they have been pushed closer to that ability because they needed to for survival, or because it is they're just naturally getting to that point where they're getting high vibes. And so knowing the symptoms of those feeling like of what to expect really did help. So whenever she was talking about how she feels anxiety and stuff like that, I was already actively feeling those things. I remember as a kid, even as a teenager, I would say how, I don't have any of that. I don't have anxiety. I don't have depression. I'm fine. And even into my adulthood, even into but I did. I did my whole life. And so whenever you're going through these things, there might be a lot of anxiety. Like whenever there's not um the working towards it to understand, not necessarily to have the gift. Because a lot of people work to just have a gift. Um in your case, work was thrust upon you, so you were given gifts. Like not necessarily gifts from the work that you had to do or from the trauma you had to deal with, but yourself was like, hey, you need this. This is hey, whoa, we're gonna have to pull this out sooner rather than later. Um, it's my 5 day, so I'm very much. Oh yeah, calendar. It's my 5 day. Yesterday. So nausea, anxiety, general gut health issues, are probably going to be a big sign for you that you're sensitive in other ways. You're intuitive. Um, your senses are heightened. Um, how does your skin react to things? Like you can't have certain perfumes, or like your nose. You're sensitive to things.
Whoa, yes.
Oh, hello, Dochi. You're sensitive to things. Yeah, I'm in the middle of watching Nardwar versus Dochi, and this came, and then I this happened. So I paused my video. I'm here brain rotting in the morning. We have a snow day in Colorado, so I get to brain rot. Um, but yeah, for some reason, I feel the need to share that. For some reason, I really feel the need to talk to y'all about getting in it. And honestly, getting into posting videos on YouTube. Like right now, what? Who cares if it's not perfect? It's like honestly, you keep trying to make it perfect. That's the thing is you're right. Well, I have to be fully prepared. And this is not just like I feel like some people look, I get it. I'm a perfectionist and a control freak too. Just start. That's why I started doing it this the way that I do it. I'm like, I know you don't feel, you feel like, oh, she's authentic, she's chill, she's cool. I had to accept the fact, you know what, because this is really how I wake up. This is really how I be moving. Really? I usually wake up with a little bit more like drier eyes. So I'm like, ugh. And then I go use the restroom. I'm not going to film while I'm on the toilet. I mean, I will. I have. Most of my TikTok is me on the toilet. But I don't really get the downloads like that. Usually I'm just half asleep. But it was something about just the consistently imperfect. Just be consistent. Just be consistent with something that you can be consistent with. And the thing is finding a way to be consistent means that you're going to be in, there are going to be certain things you're inconsistent with because that isn't the thing you're supposed to be consistent with, right? Like, so if you're not able to remain a consistency with it, that means it's not for you. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? Okay? It's not for you. You don't even want to do it. Even if your mind thinks you want to, for some reason your body's not moving to do it. And look, there's depression. There's actually things that like prevent bodies from moving. Okay? So if your body is moving incapable, great, okay. And then also there's people who are depressed and they're like, well, my body's moving incapable and I don't have disabilities. And here I am laying in bed. The depression is a disability as well. It does weigh down. It's a heavy weight. So just being alive, existing is a lot. So go on and exist. That's heavy. 7:47 as I say this. So go ahead and be heavy, okay? Don't stress the fact that quit looking at other people and seeing what they're doing, okay? Okay? Disabled people are going to be doing their thing, period, because that's like they're gonna be doing their thing. Okay? And if you're over here just being like, oh, well, it's not as this, or even even if you're saying like that, in general, you're basically saying that whatever you're dealing with isn't the worst things that you're dealing with right now. And then actively finding a way to use in that person's name a way to still harm yourself. And I don't think that's what anybody really wants. In fact, they'd rather you just mind your damn business. Okay? Unless you have something to say, unless you have a question to ask, and like if you want some advice, ask for some advice. But don't be comparing your life to anybody else's life. Don't be looking at anybody's bowls. You know the sayings. Go deal with your shit, whatever it may be. And in the meantime, keep track of like these things that are going on in your body. Oftentimes, you're going to feel like if there's a lot of fear in you, um, or anxiety, all of a sudden, that's usually not your feelings attacking you. It's usually you know where your feelings come from. Like when you're upset and sad, you can usually say, I'm sad because of this. You can articulate your emotions. And that's why a lot of people, and look, some people really need medication and there's mental health things and they do that and they speak with your doctor and all of that. It can really send you into this spiritual psychosis whenever you are highly sensitive. Um, And all of a sudden, there's just all these emotions hitting you, and you feel like they're your emotions and you don't know it. So you just think, I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. Because you don't. Because someone over here who's pretending to be totally okay, like, hey girl, is secretly just like, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die. I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. Just do it, just do it. We can do it. I can just get there. I can just get there. That's what's going on in her head. But she's like, hey girl, come on over here. She laughs harder than everybody else. She's the life of the party sometimes. Or he, whoever. And you're feeling it. You're feeling the truth. Because everybody's a liar a little bit, even you. You're lying to yourself about your gifts, or lack thereof, or the lack of the ability to whatever. Oh, you just don't, I mean, you get it. You get it. Like, that people just don't listen to me, though. Okay? Do you listen to you? You don't have to let other, just talk. Just start talking. Just start letting out. Start spreading your belief. It doesn't freaking matter. You do believe in something. You do believe in something. I guarantee you believe in something. An ego, you have egos. Everybody has egos. You're not free of it. And each one of those has its own beliefs. And part of you believes that you don't know nothing, but also because you don't know nothing, but there are things that you do know. You do know something. And that is the unity of duality. Because the amount of stuff that you don't know makes it feel like the amount of stuff you do know is nothing. But you do know stuff. So instead of when you're asked this question, instead of immediately saying, I don't know, ask yourself the question. Ask yourself the question. Take a moment and be like, what? I don't necessarily know, but what do I know about it? What is holding me back from living a life free of fear? What is keeping me from love? And then ask that honestly every day until the correct answer finally hits you, which is at first it's you and it's I and it's you and it's I and it's all the egos, and then it's nothing because it was always nothing. You've given so much power to the little beings in yourself. And they just want you to take control. They just want you to. For somebody who's such a control freak, you really don't be taking control of the people within you, which is so interesting. Because you can. I mean, I get it. You don't really like controlling people, so you don't in your life. You really let them do whatever. You really let them do whatever they want. So it's a foreign topic for you. But when it comes down to it, you're gonna understand it's like having dogs. You can let dogs run free and all that and not govern or whatever. But dogs get scared when they don't know what to do. And giving them jobs and duties and talking with them and helping them understand like what things are going to go on, they're going to be pretty chill, you know? If a dog doesn't know what to do in certain situations, they'll be so scared that sometimes they'll bite and they'll bark and all these things. But if they had been more secure, or if they had known that they were safe, if they had felt safe, they wouldn't have bitten. Well, that's that. It's 11. It says 11. Much love.